can see we're on the Hyde, and you're probably wondering how or why we're here. It started about 18 months ago when we had our autopilot installed, and when Adam sailed up to the Bay of Islands, the pin that was holding the autopilot ram, or tiller, whatever you want to call it, onto the Quadrant bent, and that's where the story starts.
I wanna be on the water, right on blue sea. Feel the wind blowing, fly like a bird, be set free. Will you take my hand and protect the land? Surf on the breeze with me, yeah. Tāiko, 3 years of climbing. Tāiko, come rain or shining. Tāiko, drift in the orange sun. Tāiko, is the only one.
Also, when we anti-fouled and when we had the engine installed, we had so many boat jobs, and it was a pretty stressful time. And out of all the jobs, the one job we thought wouldn't go wrong went wrong, and that was our anti-foul. Our anti-foul failed. It started blistering. They patched it up, and it hasn't been right since. So if you look at poor Tāiko, she's got a dirty bottom. It looks like a starry night sky, and it's been on our minds. We've had it scraped down a few times, not scraped, washed down a few times, but it's been an ongoing issue for us. And so we had to make a rash decision to haul out yesterday to fix our autopilot, but we'll get into that a little bit more detail into why we had to do that. And while we're out, we're going to have a couple of people sand the hull, and then Adam and I are going to anti-foul it over the weekend. So let's take a look at what it has done to our hull. There's a few of our through hulls, and look who's living in there. So yeah, let's take a look at the one by the engine. Have a look who's in there.
Wester.
So we may as well just sort this out while we can, and it just gives us a chance to check everything and stuff. And then the other thing we're going to do is Adam dropped the rudder yesterday just for the autopilot to get the Quadrant off again. We'll go into that, and Adam can go into that in more detail later. But it's an aluminium rudder stock, and so we're going to drop it further, lightly sand it, and have a look at the condition of the rudder stock. So yeah, we'll check back in with you soon.
So this is the main part of the Quadrant, and we've just had this piece welded on. So the hydraulic ram will come along, and this is a high tensile pin. So the ram will be connected to the Quadrant by putting that down. So it'll be like this, and it's just a much stronger solution than what it was, because before there was just a pin threaded in like this, and the ram was at the same height, so there's a lot of leverage on it. And this is stronger than the stainless 316 or the 304 stainless that we had, being high tensile steel. So it's just a much stronger solution to what we had, and it's taken a long time to get to this, but our friend is good at simplifying things and suggested we do this, which is what we've done. So now we're just cleaning all the rust off this, scratching it back, sanding it back, and then we'll kill the rust, and then we can prime it and paint it, and it should be looking like new.
Back in the water soon.
Back in the water soon, yeah. So we're just going to clean up some metal work. This is the rudder stop, and it's in a hell of a mess, so we're going to strip it all back and paint it. This is half of the Quadrant, the other half we've had modified and it's in the car, and then there's a few other things like this ring which holds the rudder on. So we're just going to scrape it all back, kill the rust, and prime it and paint these things today.
So what do you want me to do here?
Sand it. Doesn't have to look pretty. Just try and get rid of a lot of the orange rust
Okay.
and any loose paint. Rough it all up.
Okay.
Okay, all over.
Okay.
Okay, this paint comes off.
So it's like our Antifouling.
Yeah. We definitely don't want any loose paint here because it'll just peel off with the paint on top.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night. Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go and I'm
Alright, so just wanted to take this opportunity while the lazarette's empty. Got the Quadrant out, got the autopilot out, and pretty much it's as empty as we can get it to repaint it, give it a tidy up. It looks pretty original in here. There's a cockpit drain, and this is the mount for the autopilot ram. That's our rudder feedback sensor, and then we've got our rudder stock, and the Quadrant normally sits on that. That's the exhaust. Exhaust for the engine, the outlet through the transom, and there's storage over the side as well. So you can see it's all pretty dirty and gritty, and what better time to give it a tidy up and fresh paint, coat of paint. So yeah, we'll get this done. Just doing some acetone cleaning. It's really grotty, but slowly coming up. Slowly getting better. Sweet, so that's looking better. Got the primer on. Not more respectable. Bit of nervous laughter because we were hoping to do the priming right now and get into it because we need to get back in the water, but overnight the lighter blue here has dried out effectively and is peeling off, so there's no point in us putting $3,000 of anti-foul onto paint that's peeling off, so the guys are going to have to come back and do more hard sanding. And there's also some areas of fiberglass which are exposed, so I'm a bit unsure about the treatment of that, because we don't want problems with moisture getting into the hull in the future. So we've just sort of been knocked back a bit, but we'll just go have a regroup and come up with a good plan.
This is what Adam's talking about. It's starting to peel, so they have to come back to this colour. And that's just happened in the last 24 hours. We have to regroup and figure out what our plan is, so we'll be back in touch. So it's day, what is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day 5 since we've been hauled out, and a lot of progress has been made. Yesterday wasn't a good day for us. It started off a bit, we felt a little bit, what's the word?
Stressed out.
Stressed out and disappointed, because when we came back to Tāiko, more of the anti-foul was peeling off. But it all came right. The boat painters and sanders have been working really hard with us to keep to a very strict budget, so they understand, and they, to their credit, they have tried to help us as much as they can. So things got a bit better. But today is the day, so have a look at Tāiko's beautiful hull. They seem to have gone back to a good layer of paint, so and they've given us instructions on what we need to do. So we're going to apply 2 coats of primer today. They want us to apply 2 coats, and Adam's going to put the rudder back where it should be. He's just tightened it too much, and so we can't actually move it, and then he's going to put the Quadrant in today. and we're hoping to be splashed on Tuesday. So today's Saturday and we're hoping to be splashed on Tuesday. This was all unexpected, and like we say, it started with one simple thing, an autopilot pin, but we knew we had to anti-foul and we had been putting it off. So yeah, we're getting there now. So even though we didn't want to haul out right now, we did, and it's actually worked out for us. And the sanding and all of that, you know, we were quoted quite a lot of money, but it's actually worked in our favour and it hasn't come out that expensive. So yeah, it is what it is. Highs and lows, high highs, low lows, and we just got to take it one day at a time and one problem at a time. Yeah, so we better kick into it.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you up to?
I'm too fat to fit in the suit. So our good friends have kindly modified the suit for me.
Oh dear.
So now I look like a cake that blew its top. There we go.
Most
Okay.
excellent.
Sweet.
Okay.
Right, let's
I'm
go.
going to save the jacket.
True.
Yeah. Still good. There you go.
Yeah, I don't have many clothes, as you can tell.
I hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
We've been very fortunate that we have really good friends that have kindly gave up some of their time to help us anti-foul. So we're very, very lucky. So look at her, looks beautiful. 2 coats of primer. We'll put the anti-foul on tomorrow. And yeah, so far so good. Didn't take that long. And Adam's just rehung the ladder with our friend. Put the quadrant back on, so it's looking pretty good. And now we're just going to paint this bit here, which is aluminium, so we're going to put a different type of primer and anti-foul on that. So yeah, no, it's all going well, we've done well. Yeah, any remarks, Skippy?
No, it's amazing what a difference a coat of paint makes.
Yeah.
It looked really motley before, which is it needed to, because it needed to be sanded back, but having one uniform colour looks really nice.
Yeah, looks great, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll remove this. It's the definition of satisfaction.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
Nice one. It's a very similar colour, eh?
Yeah.
Some get stuck in your head.
Okay, so my job now is going to be to remove this oyster that's in the engine through hell. So there he is, little fella. Not really. Watch this. It's like they know it. Ooh. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Where did that land?
It hit my hand.
Okay, this might. Ooh. This might be your job, Nat.
No. You're demonstrating your potential.
I can't. Little oysters. You want an oyster for dinner?
There's not enough to go around.
Oh yeah, that's why I'll just have it for you. I think, what do you think? Are you happy with that?
There's still a few crusty bits there.
Yeah, but I know that.
No, we should get it all off.
I just don't want to damage the... I know.
Turning up the stereo in a place I didn't know till now. In a different part of town, I see new colors as the sun goes down. No,
Alright, big boy.
Well, we've done the anti-fouling. Went quite well. We got basically 2.5 coats on, just a light coat, and we used what was it, about 10 litres of anti-foul. And so tomorrow we just have to do the bits where the chocks have been, where we couldn't access the chocks, and underneath the keel. So we're going to have the boat hung overnight in the strops so that we can access the keel. So we've done well, and we've still got to put the steering back together and things, but we're probably ahead of the game, so it's good. Like, it wouldn't have gone so smoothly, and it would have been a lot harder without the help of 2 of our friends who came. So Garth and Elizabeth, so thanks so much to you two. You've really made a huge difference for this project. Thank you very much.
Right, our first time anti-fouling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we love about this life. Green dollars, sailors helping sailors. You know?
That's right. The guy next to us could take the leftover paint and stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it all works out well.
We're doing some fiberglass. But look how pretty she looks. Doesn't she look pretty?
She's pretty smart.
Do you think she looks pretty?
Yeah, she's looking pretty smart.
Very different boat to what came out a week ago.
Yeah, and they've managed to sand back. A long way back to fiberglass in some places. So we've achieved our objective of taking the anti-foul layers right back. So we're up to date now, and we've put on the 2 layers of the primer. So I think it should be pretty safe.
Yeah. And how's your quadrant and transom area looking?
Looking really good.
Since you jazzed it up.
I used bilge paint and painted the lazarette, and we both chipped in and painted the quadrant pieces, and got some fresh bolts and jointing stuff so that nothing seizes up. So tomorrow we'll put that back together, but it's been a good process because I now know all about the rudder stock and all the quadrant and everything. We've taken it all apart, so it's quite cool. I know how to adjust the height of the rudder and stuff, so
Yeah.
sweet.
Very cool.
So we're going to put on a couple of anodes on now.
Yep, there's the old anode. So yeah, she's looking pretty fine. And Adam's done a great job here with aluminium is. We switched it over this time. That used to be black and the hull blue, but now we've made the hull black and that blue, and I think it looks quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking forward to getting back in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to going for a sail.
Using it, eh?
Yeah.
So this is the anode. We're going to replace this anode, and we took the anode off the keel so they could sand. There just goes where those 2 holes are, so we've got a brand new anode for there too. But yeah, really happy with how it's turned out, and we're feeling a lot better knowing that it's the anti-foul issue for us has been sorted. Yeah, I don't know. People are on the fence about whether it should have happened in the first place. I'm not sure. We don't know enough yet to understand whether or not something that's common happens or not, but it's been a concern for us, and then of course a concern about how much it was actually going to cost to get it back to gel coat, but it worked in our favour. It turned out that it just came off easily, and they were able to keep within our budget. So it's been a big, like I say, a big worry, but we've sorted it out now. So, and she looks so good. We're so proud. So yeah, a huge thank you to our friends. I mean, gosh, giving up your time to help us. So we just can't thank you enough. So yeah, see how we go. Here's our old anode that was sitting on the keel. Still got a bit of meat on it, eh?
Yeah.
Done well, and this is a new one, so we've just got to cut it down to size now.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy.
Cut it down and drill it, and then we'll bolt it on.
Yeah, pretty heavy, yeah.
And the other anode just goes on the drive shaft.
Yeah.
So we're going to replace that too while
Yeah.
we're at it.
So we replaced this, what, 18 months, the last time we hauled out?
Yeah.
We replaced this one, but we didn't replace the one on the keel.
Doesn't even matter to me where I go. Just feel I need to take a ride. I don't know when I'll get back. Keep on going and relax tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Pretty, it's still okay, I guess.
Still a lot of meat there.
Yeah. Might as well replace it though.
Yeah.
What do you think, Skippy?
Let's replace it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, mate. Quarter 1 1/4 inch, that's right.
Do you want me to hold it? Yeah.
I'm okay. Thank you. This bad boy into action again. Okay, oops. Just maybe have a look at where it was.
Was here in the boatyard, and look at this, whole bunch of shags. They're always on this pontoon, dock, whatever you want to call it, and each one of them seems to have their own space. Like there's always one on a cleat and one, you know, they all seem, and the black shags always on that piece of steel there, or metal, or whatever it is. And I just love watching them. They're such amazing birds, you know, how they can swim and fly, and just so incredible, you know, and so peaceful. Look at them, just doing their own thing. One's having a snooze, the black one's on his metal thing, that one's always on that other metal thing sticking out. With them, that one having a good scratch. Sorry if it's not your thing, but I have to say they'd probably be one of my favourite birds. You know, they get such a hard time, and they're just incredible birds. Just love them. That one's wondering what I'm doing. Probably feels I'm a little bit too close. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to share that.
So it's Monday morning and it's time to, having finished the antifoul really, Vicky's just doing a few patches underneath where the stands were, getting it finished. But what I'm going to do now is reconnect up the steering. So painted the lazarette, this whole area, so it's all nice and clean and white, and the quadrant's also been rust treated and painted, the black thing here. So the process is to tighten up the quadrant. I'll get in with a pole with a piece of tube on the end of the on the end of the socket set and make sure that's really tight on the rudder stock, and then it's a matter of putting the turnbuckles on. So there's 2 turnbuckles here. They connect on to the far end, the outside aft end of the quadrant, and the other end connects to the cables which connect to the wheel. So we're about putting the turnbuckles on. We've got some new split pins because the other ones are probably original. I'm just trying to keep everything refreshed when we can. So once the cable and chains on, that's pretty good. Then it'll be a matter of reinstalling the autopilot RAM here and connecting the rudder feedback unit and just reconnecting the power source for the RAM as well. Had to cut those, so I'll have to do some butt connections there with the heat shrink butt connectors. So yeah, it should take a little while, but once it's done it'll be good to have taken it all apart, cleaned everything, and know that everything's good. Also got this jointing compound somewhere here, which is what I'll use to make sure that all the threads and the screws are lubricated and nothing's going to seize up. There's also some anti-corrosion spray which I'll spray on at the end, it's like a protective barrier to keep the corrosion at bay as long as possible. Alright, so let's get on. Sweet, so I got the quadrant sorted and the rudder stops on. So this is how the rudder stop works. So that's one end of the lock over to the other end of the lock. So there's just a grease nipple down the bottom. Not really sure if it's how effective it is. Our friend freed this up, it was quite seized up, and just have to make sure it's getting adequate lubrication. Just attaches onto the quadrant there. So that's good, the rudder stops in. Right, so I've got the turnbuckles attached and I'm just using this jointing compound. Got the bolts here ready to go through and attach this end of the steering to the quadrant. So we now have the turnbuckles attached to the arm of the quadrant, and just in addition I've put a couple of nylock nuts on the bolts here. Never used to have the nuts, and these bolts were prone to coming a bit loose, which was a bit, obviously a weak point of the whole steering system. So now there's a couple of lock nuts. The bolts are tapped and are threaded into the arm, but these just will help freeze the, make sure they can't undo, so that their steering's a little bit better than what it was. Alright, so this is exciting. The steering's all fully functional now, so the autopilot's wired up, and everything's had a coat of the anti-corrosion, and when the wheel turns it sounds like greasy, gooey stuff, which is nice. So everything's well lubricated. What a project. It's good to have it all together. In about 10 minutes the travel lift's going to come here and pick us up, put us in the slings, and that way we can anti-foul under our keel. There's a lot of oysters and stuff there, so we'll get that done, and the boat will be in the sling overnight, and then we're going to be splashed at 8 AM in the morning. So yeah, it's all coming to a close. It's been really productive time, so we'll just get off the boat now. Travel lift's on the way.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down this boulevard tonight. Yeah, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people.
So this is under the keel. There's a lot of oysters here. to scrape them all off and we're going to paint it.
On the street as I go by. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
How's it going down there, Skip?
Not bad. It's looking a lot better than it was.
Just don't put your head down,
I know.
because the Antifouling trail will be your pillow.
Might as well be.
Yeah. It's almost done.
Yeah.
Had enough?
Yeah. I'll be good to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's good to get this done properly though.
Yeah. A lot of oysters came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 coats of Antifouling now on the bottom.
Yeah. 2 coats of primer, 3 coats of Antifouling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's looking good. So there she is. She's in the slings for the night. We've just finished the kill, got a whole lot of oysters off. And yeah, back in first thing in the morning. It'll be really good to get back on board again. But yeah, really cool. Always get nervous when she's in the slings like this, but it is what it is. Yeah, looking forward to being back on tomorrow.
So we're up early this morning and it's a bit foggy, but we're about to be dropped in the water, so that's good. We're just going to have a quick agonise over the paint job.
Always relieved when she's still sitting in the sling.
Yeah, still above the ground, that's good.
Yeah.
Wanna be on the water, right on blue sea. Feel the wind blowing, fly like a bird, be set free.
There she goes.
Will you take my hand and protect the land? Surf on the breeze with me, yeah. Tāiko, 3 years of climbing. Tāiko, come rain or shining. Tāiko, drift in the orange sun. Tāiko is the only one. When a great old day comes, we take big ocean breaths. Moving together, try and keep our heads. Will you take my hand?
Skippy, what happened?
Great to be back.
How did you feel ducking?
That was good. The tide was strong,
Yeah,
so the boat goes quite sideways when it's like that.
yeah.
But
And
it
how
felt
did the
cool.
bottom? How did the bottom and the steering feel?
Yeah, it feels fast. The boat feels really fast.
Because it's so clean. It hasn't
Yeah.
been clean for how long?
So I'll have to tone it down a bit.
And to show you how well Adam did, look at that. It's currently an outgoing tide, and the marina is well known for its tidal flows here because you're in a river. Look at that. So it's 2 hours since slack tide, but you never really get slack tide here because the river's always flowing. But look at that, it's pretty impressive. And just to, yeah, little eddy gives you an indication of how well animals you did. Coming into the bed, you can see just there, look at the tide, just incredible.